Welcome to the Gig Podcast. I'm your host, Mandy McCrane, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. So, I'm going to be doing a few different things this year. I'm still going to be interviewing people as we go through the year and sharing their amazing stories with you. Also, I am going to be going through the Ethiopian Bible. I don't know how long it's going to take us. It may take over a year. I'm going to guess it's probably going to take over a year. There's 88 books in the Ethiopian Bible, and it is the oldest known Bible. And nothing has been removed from it, so it still contains the apocrypha, the old teachings. And as far as historically, it is historically dated back to the same time as all of the original manuscripts of the Bible. And the Ethiopians have never removed them from the Bible. So let's just see what they say. This is not meant to be one way or another of, oh, I don't believe this or I do believe that. This is simply, we're just going to dive through it, see what it says. A lot of it's the same. So like when we first start out, we're in Genesis. I'm going to dive a little bit deep into the verses anyways, as far as like context. But this is just to see what the Ethiopian Bible contains. All right, guys, so let's do this. And you feel free to tag along. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when the posts come up. Generally, for the Bible study, it's going to be 3 times a week. And if I decide that I want to post more, I'll post more. So anyways, I love you guys so much. Let's dive in. So the Ethiopian Bible, I will also tag the link in the description, so that if you want to go purchase one for yourself, you're welcome to. It's available on Amazon and TikTok Shop. So please feel free to follow along. I think it's going to be great. So today we're going to dive in. And I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the part we're going to be doing today is Genesis chapter 1. So got to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. But so Genesis 1, and this is the law in the beginnings. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And I'm going to stop there for just a second. So 2 important things have already happened. God created light, and he separated the light from the dark. He has not created the sun, moon, and stars yet. Take note. And then God also created the firmament. And it very clearly says that the firmament divided the waters from above from the waters below. Every translation states the waters above and the waters below. So the firmament has been talked about. Elon Musk, NASA, all of them have spoken of a firmament. So obviously we know something's up there. And but what the Bible seems to say is that there is water above the firmament. And then, of course, the waters below the firmament. So anyways, not sure the relevance of that. We're going to dive into that as the year progresses. Anyways, and then God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together and unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after its kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 3rd day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And something interesting is I'm going to bring to light here is the um, the sun, moon, stars, all of that, for one, placed in the firmament. So it is within our firmament, and it's also for signs, because God said, watch the stars, watch the heavens, and it will bring signs. So also make note of that. Anyways, thought that was interesting. And we're only on day 4, and God's created most everything. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their land, and every winged fowl under his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and that fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the earth, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life. I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day. So we've gone through all 6 days, and God created everything within the first 6 days. But the order of which he does it, I find super interesting. Because like I said, he created the light and the darkness before he created the sun, moon, and stars. Jesus is known as the light. And so just interesting, because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And Jesus was with God from the very, very beginning. So I think that's very interesting. All right, chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heaven and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. So at that point, it had never rained. It was simply just like the moisture in the air, and fog basically would water the ground. So humidity, basically, as we know it. And the Lord God formed man in the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for the food, the tree of life, also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it which compasseth the whole land of the Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of the land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel, and it is which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a help meet for him. Two things. So God says, if you eat from the tree of knowledge, so God told Adam, that's a big point right there, is God had told Adam, don't eat from the tree of knowledge. This was before Eve was formed. And then God said, I'm going to make you a help meet. And this is not a lesser being. This is someone who is there to help you and to meet you in your need. And I know nowadays it's kind of looked down upon, like, oh, woman is supposed to be submissive and subservient. That's not what this means at all. The word that God uses here is the same word that he uses to describe himself throughout the Bible. So that's really important to take note of as well. So, and out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them into Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helpmeet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her into the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife, they were not ashamed. That's because sin hadn't entered yet, which is huge. So we wouldn't have all these clothes if that wasn't the case. All right, chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any of the beasts of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, yea, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And so I'm going to stop there too. So God had told Adam not to eat from it, and Adam relayed this to Eve. Now, something important to remember is when we get information secondhand, it doesn't hold as much value. So for Adam, being told strictly by God, don't touch it. But Eve being told by Adam, by the way, don't touch that tree. There's a significant difference in that versus it being like, I said, don't touch it, versus, you can eat anything, but don't eat that tree. There's more power in the first, when God told Adam, not when Adam told Eve. Anyways, relay of message. Okay. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also to her husband with her, and he did eat. Something important here is that Satan only said, "You're not going to die. It's okay. Are you sure that's what God said?" So he didn't even have to really convince them. He just had to put doubt. Doubt created the very first sin. That's all Satan had to do, is put some doubt in there. Interesting, right? And the eyes of them both were opened, and they know that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou doest not eat? And the man said, The woman who thou gavest to me with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is this that you have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Yeah, thank you. Now we have pain during childbirth because of this sin. That's where it came from. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also, thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also, to his wife, did the Lord God make coats of skins, and clothed them. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So, and we'll end there for today, but chapters 1 through 3, a lot actually happens. So we see that God created, or Jesus was with God, whether it was created, but he brought forth life, brought forth the light. He created the heavens, the earth, and everything in it within 6 days. And he rested on the seventh day, which is huge for us. We need to know that we have to take that day of rest. It's very important. I'm not always great about it, not always great about taking a day of rest, but it is important to rest and to unwind and decompress, and just be able to be still for a day and not work, and work hard on those 6 days. So tomorrow we'll dive into chapter 4. Thank you guys for joining me today. And again, the link is to get the book is in the description, Amazon or TikTok. And I think this is going to be quite interesting. Yes, we're in Genesis. A lot of this is going to be similar the King James, NIV, or ESV, but there's also 22 extra books and more writings of Jesus in here that have been historically verified. So, anyways, this is going to be fun. I love you guys. Make it a great day and join me on the next episode.